So in today's class, let us go for discussing the concept of recruitment. As you know that in previous class, we have already discussed regarding the process of staffing, and hope so you guys have understood that. And let me start with the concept of recruitment, which is so important. It is very important in case of this chapter. So let me share the screen. So as you know that recruitment is nothing but it is the process of searching the prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for jobs in an organization. You go for searching the candidates, those who are really capable and those who are having that potentiality, those who are really suitable to do a particular job. And you just stimulate them or else you induce them, encourage them to come and apply for that particular job in the organization. This is what you call it as recruitment. And in this recruitment, you have two kind of segregation. That is nothing but one is internal source of recruitment and one more is external source of recruitment. So internal source of recruitment is nothing but where you go for finding the candidates within the organization. You never go for searching outside the organization, but you really try to search the candidates within the organization itself. So in which method, in which mode you are going to search these kind of candidates, those who are really suitable for your organization within the organization itself. That is nothing but the employees, those who are already working in your organization, they get an opportunity for promotion and as well as in the method of transfer. So let me start with transfer first. What do you mean by transfer? Transfer is nothing but where you go for shifting the candidate who is already working within the organization from one department to another department, from one job to another job, or else from one shift to another shift. So you see that you have a lot of departments and divisions in the business organization where you get shortage of workforce in particular departments. At that point of time, what you do is that you go for transferring the candidates where in which department you have surplus of workforce. So you can go for filling up the vacancies in this method also. You can go for transferring the candidates without any hike in the salary and without any responsibility hike, that is increase in responsibility and status or is even in salary. You can go for just transferring the candidate to the another department or else to the another job with same sort of responsibility. So this is one of the method where they go for transferring the candidates. This is one of the method where they undergo in case of sources of recruitment. And the second method which is being adopted in case of internal source of recruitment, that is nothing but promotion. So promotion is something where a person who's already working in the organization, an employee, due to his good performance, when manager recognizes his good performance in the organization, he just sees that he is posted to the higher level in sense that increase in salary, increase in responsibility, increase in authority and power. So here, even when there is certain vacancies within the organization, see for example, like manager post is vacant, but assistant in the assistant manager post, already a person is working very effectively. So here he can go for making one thing, that is he can go for transferring, he can go for promoting that candidate from assistant manager to the senior manager post. So here the vacancy is also filled and as well as you never let the talented guys to go out of the organization. You take care of your employees very well and definitely it becomes profitable and beneficial for both of them, that is even for employees and as well as even for the organization. So these are the two methods which comes under the internal source of recruitment. Now let us go for discussing the merits and demerits of internal sources. So let me start with merits of internal sources. First one is nothing but employees are motivated, and of course, so that is like when you start recruiting your candidate, that is your own employees within the organization, giving them an opportunity. giving them a chance to improve their skill and as well as the talent. Okay. So at that point of time, employees, they really get motivated and they really work hard, and they will never ever go out of the organization or else quit the job, and they will never go for going out of the organization for any other purpose. So when you start giving the chances for your own employees within the organization, they really get benefited out of it. So motivation, it's a good motivation what the management goes for giving it to the employees, and it makes them to learn many new things, and as they are transferring from one job to another department or job divisions or something like that, they get a chance of learning new concepts, and they always remain loyal, and they get committed to the work environment. So that is one of the merit. And the second merit to be discussed here, it simplifies the process of selection. So as you know that, like when you wanted to recruit the candidates from outside the organization, you need to take a lot of risk, in sense like you need to follow a lot of procedures to recruit the candidates from outside. So here actually you take one opportunity. So what kind of opportunity here? That is, you recruit your own candidates. So at that point of time, what happens, the procedure gets simplified. No need to follow a lot of procedures, and no need to take that much of risk, and as well as the workload also, it gets reduced when you start recruiting the candidate within the organization itself. And the next benefit to be discussed here, it is a tool of training the employees, preparing them for higher jobs. That is something where when you start giving the transfers and when you give them a lot of chances to work with different departments and jobs, when you give them opportunities there, they learn the new skills, they go for facing the challenges very newly, and they try to learn on their own and to sort out the problems whatever is arising within the management. So this actually gives an opportunity for the candidates, for the employees, and it gives them a good training concept, so that they become the future managers as they get practiced here. So when they become the manager tomorrow by getting some promotion, at that point of time they don't feel any difficulty when new problems get arised. So that is also one of the important merits which comes under internal sources. And the next thing to be discussed here, it has the benefit of shifting workforce from the surplus department. That's what I told you. So when there are different departments, production department, financial department, sales department, and you really have so many departments. At that point of time, one department will be having surplus of employees, and another department will it will be shortage of employees. So where there is shortage of employees, from the surplus of workforce from that department, you can transfer those candidates. Okay. So here, that is also one of the good benefit what you can see in internal source. And it is cheaper. Obviously it is cheaper. Why? Because you're not going to follow uh, any tough procedures what you're going to follow for the external source of recruitment. You're going to simplify the procedures, and you're not going to take any sort of risk what you're going to face for the external source of recruitment. So obviously it is cheaper. No need to spend that much of money in selecting the candidates, those who are already working within the organization. And now coming to the demerits, as how you have seen the merits and advantages of internal sources, in similar way you have demerits in case of internal source of recruitment. What is that? So that is, first thing is, scope for fresh talent is reduced. Yes. So the guys, those who are already working within the organization, you know about them, and you know about their skill and talent and how good they are at work. Everything you will be knowing as a manager. So here, definitely from outside, if you start recruiting the candidates, you will get a better candidate. You will get highly talented employees, and those who are really skilled enough also you can go for getting. So here, in case of internal source of recruitment, you don't get that opportunity, because fresh talent is reduced, in sense that only from external source of recruitment you can expect that fresh talent, but within the organization same old methods, same old candidates with same old work culture, they will go for following. And the next thing that is to be discussed here, employees may become lethargic. Employees may become lethargic in sense that candidates will be assured for the promotion. They will be knowing that in our company, if we are working for 5 years, 10 years, obviously we will be getting promotion, irrespective of hard work. In sense like whether we are working or not, even if we have a bad remark, let it be anything, but or after a point of time in the organization, if you are an experienced faculty and if you are working for 5 years or 10 years or something like that, at that point of time you get a confidence that you will be getting promotion. So this what happens actually it gives a negative motivation. In which way it goes for giving negative motivation here? It actually reduces your activeness in the business organization. People, like, they become a little bit lazy. They never go for concentrating more, and they never go for energizing themselves to work more within the business organization. So this is also one of the important demerit. Fine. And the next one is new enterprises cannot adapt internal source of recruitment. It is a known thing. So that is, when you're starting a new organization, it is highly impossible. You cannot go for adapting the employees, those who are working within the organ. As you're starting the new company, you need to select the candidates, those who are working outside the organization. No spirit of competition among employees. So in sense like all our old people, all our old employees, old candidates, and everyone are working together for 3 years, 5 years together. So here what happens is that they will be having a good relationship, and as well as that spirit of competition, it will never get arise among these candidates actually. So when someone comes newly from outside, only then they will feel uh, they will have that comparison, and then they will start competing with that new candidate who has come from outside. So here it actually reduces the spirit of competition among employees. And transferring the candidate often from one department to the another department, and from one division to the another division, actually it reduces the productivity. It completely reduces the productivity. It gives a frustration to the employees, because like when they get saturated with one department, and when they get the instruction to get transferred to the another department, it makes them to get frustrated, and definitely the productivity, it leads to less productivity, it reduces the productivity. So all these concepts are coming under internal sources of recruitment. So hope so you guys are clear with the concept. And now let me start discussing the concept of external source of recruitment. So here let us go for knowing the meaning of external source of recruitment, and as well as different methods what they are adopting of in case of this external source of recruitment. So it's very simple. External source of recruitment is nothing but where you go for finding the candidates from outside the organization. So here you get an opportunity actually to find the candidates from outside the organization. You bring the fresh blood, in the sense that new blood into the organization. You're not going to watch out only the old employees working within the organization. So you're going to gather the guys, those who are really talented, skilled, from outside. So this is what you call it as external source of recruitment. So now, when an enterprise is really interested to get the candidates from the outside, actually it goes for selecting in different methods. Okay. So after discussing all these methods, let me get into the merits and demerits of external source of recruitment. So now let me start with different methods. So here, first thing is nothing but direct recruitment. Direct recruitment. So in this kind of recruitment, what do is that in the factory premise, outside the factory premise, you would have seen in many factory premise, outside a notice board will be there. In that notice board, they will go for placing one notice indicating the job, what the particular job, for which kind of job they really want the candidate, and that description of that job will be indicated, and the employees, the candidates, what kind of experience and how they have to be, unskilled laborers, how they really want them. So all sort of informations will be clearly indicated in case of that notice. And as the candidates, those who are seeking this kind of job here, at once when they come to notice that notice board there, and when they come and read all the indication and information what is being placed in the notice over there, they just see that at what time and at what date the interview is being conducted. And on that particular date, outside that factory premises itself, they go for recruiting the candidates according to the requirement which is being made in that notice. So here, it is specifically actually made for this unskilled laborers. And here actually remuneration is being given on daily basis. So here, most of the candidates in this kind of recruitment, they are recruited in lower level management. So the laborers, the employees, so where they are really unskilled, and here the candidates, they come forward by knowing that there is a need, there is going to be a recruitment process. They just come, and whatever the questions they go for asking, and as well as any sort of method in interview, whatever they are going to follow, they just accept that and obey the rules, and they get recruited in this direct recruitment. So it is actually inexpensive. This kind of direct recruitment is inexpensive. No need to invest a lot of money in this kind of direct recruitment. Just make one notice to be placed in the notice board, and whoever is going to see that notice, they will just come forward to apply for the job. And if they are really capable, the management takes them easily on daily wages especially. So this is one of the external source of recruitment. And now next thing comes here, casual callers. So casual callers are nothing but where many business organization, reputed business organization, many of the times, most of the job seekers, just like that, they will come and drop the resume in the organization. So at that point of time, in most of the organization, there won't be any vacancy, but still, just like that, they will come and drop the resume. The management, what it does, it goes for collecting all the resumes. At one point of time where there is a vacancy in the organization, then they will call those unsolicited applicants for their management. So this is actually very easiest and as well as very simple method of external source of recruitment, where most of the candidates, after completing the graduation and post-graduation in a reputed business organization, just like that, they will come and drop the resume. Voluntarily, they will come and drop the resume, and the management takes it as an advantage. When there is a need for the workforce, they can go for calling this unsolicited applicants, and then they can go for recruiting the candidates. And now the next thing to be discussed here, one of the important and familiar external source of recruitment is nothing but advertisement. So advertisement is something where we would have seen it, we would have watched out very carefully. Even if you take daily newspapers and business journals, and most of the times we go for coming across this advertisement, they would have been drafted in a very neat way, that is like, in so and so place we are in need of uh, the, we are in need of this kind of candidate who is being possessed with this kind of degree or post graduation, with this with so many years of experience, and we would like to give this much of salary, and interview date will be announced. All these things actually they go for giving all these information in popular leading newspapers. okay, especially in newspapers and in big business journals. This actually, it has a very wider range, okay. It goes for attracting wider range of people, those who are really interested, talented, and those who have completed the qualification and those who are waiting for the job. They get a chance over here, they get this complete chance, and they really approach, they just come forward and they will go for approaching the companies. But one disadvantage in case of this advertisement is nothing but you will get lot of applicants. That is something like it becomes a very difficult task for the management uh, to choose the best candidate among so many applicants. So this is also one of the methods. And the next one to be discussed here, employment exchange. Employment exchange is nothing but where it is completely run by the government. It is being completely run by the government. So it is actually one of the good source of recruitment for, especially for unskilled and skilled operative jobs. So this is specifically meant for unskilled and skilled operative jobs. Here what happens is that, like in case of this employment exchange, the people, those who are demanding for the job, and the organizations, those who are demanding for the workforce. So in between of these two category of people, employment exchange acts as a mediator. At once, when the guys, those who are seeking for the employment after their education, after their training program, they can go for registering their names in the employment exchange, in the government employment exchange. And if they get an opportunity, if there is any demand from different organization according to their qualification, definitely from employment exchange, they go for informing the candidates and they go for calling the candidates for attending the interviews. And most of them, they take this opportunity as the best opportunity to get the jobs. And the next one is here, which is similar, quite similar to the placement agencies and management consultants. So here it is actually for technical and professional areas. It is specifically meant for this technical and professional areas. Most of the professional oriented management organizations, they have come forward. They have come forward to uh, organize this consultancy agencies. Okay, they actually act as a mediator between the bigger organizations and the public, that is the candidates, those who are seeking the job over there. So here what happens is, when they go for completing their qualification, and as well as when they are seeking the job here, instead of going directly and applying for the job in bigger organization, they just go through consultancy agencies. They just see that their biodata or resume is being dropped in the consultancy agencies. And consultancy agencies, they have lot of connection towards the bigger organization, because as they go for gathering good candidates, as they go for collecting good talented candidates uh, for the job here, they get an opportunity, the bigger organizations get an opportunity by having a link with the consultancy agencies. And at once, when the candidates, those who come through the consultancy agencies, when they go for getting the job, they have to go for paying the commission. So it might be taken directly from the big organization, or else the candidates, those who are recruiting, they need to pay the commission to the consultancy agencies. So here placement agencies and management consultants is also one of the good method for the external source of recruitment. And the next thing to be discussed here, campus recruitment. Campus recruitment is something where, as the students are completing their final year degree courses or PG courses, so before they go for completing the final year, they get a good opportunity here. What kind of good opportunity they go for getting here? That is nothing but, before they complete the degree, the bigger companies, multinational companies and IT companies, they just come forward to recruit the candidates. So here actually the students, still those who are students, they are freshers, but still those who are really good enough in studies, and as well as those who have scored good marks, they go for choosing these candidates and they go for doing the recruitment. So this is also one of the good opportunity what they go for giving to the students, because they grab this opportunity before completing the studies itself. When they have the offer letter in the hand, it is actually wonderful. So this opportunity is also one of the good source of recruitment, where it is welcomed both the sides, that is by the organization and as well as by the students. And the next one is your recommendations of employees. Recommendations of employees is one of the source. It is one of the source of external source of recruitment, where the guys those who are already working within the organization, and if their performance are really good, and if they have a good relationship with the higher authority people, they just go for suggesting their friends, relatives, or neighbors, something like that. They really see that those candidates also can come into the organization with the proper recommendation what the employees they go for giving to the higher authorities. So recommendation of employees in sense where they really support for other person. It might be their it might be their friends or relatives or anyone else, but due to the performance and due to the good remark what the existing employee is possessed, based on that only they will go for selecting the candidate from the outside. This is also one of the methods. And labor contractors, next one. Labor contractors are nothing but here where there are specific contractors to do the particular job, especially if you go for taking this construction works and all. Contractors will be there, not only for the construction industry, most of the industries. Like they go for having the best contractors. And these contractors actually they will be having a link with so many numbers, so many numbers of labors. They will be having a direct link with this daily working labors. So at that point of time, actually, if as a manager, if I go for giving one opportunity for one contractor here, he gets another 20 daily workers, another 20 daily workers here. So here, when I start recruiting one contractor here, no need to recruit another 20 laborers. He himself automatically will go for getting that 20 laborers. So labor contractors is also one of the good source of recruitment. And next thing comes your advertising on television. We would have seen this most of the time. This is actually very effective, and as well as it has a mass reach actually. Advertising on television. So when you start providing the information about the organizations and as well as the benefits of the organization, everything, when you start sharing, well, like what kind of candidate you really require, all such information, when you go for giving in a clear way through television, it is welcomed by the candidates. Web publishing is nothing but where you go for seeking the candidates and appropriate candidates through the websites. So here we can say that so many websites are available which is completely related to job here. See, for example, we can say jobstreet.com, naukri.com. With all these websites, you really feel free to log in and to register your names along with your qualification, experience, what kind of work or job you really love to work. Everything is being registered. And definitely, after some time, they really see that they go for getting the better work even through this website. So these are different methods and modes of external source of recruitment. And now let me go for discussing merits. So merits of external source of recruitment: qualified personnel. The candidates, those who are really capable, qualified, talented, you can go for getting these kind of candidates in case of external source of recruitment. It's a wider choice. You're not going to select someone within the boundary, or else within one short zone, you're not going to select the candidates. You have a wider choice here. So you can go for selecting best among the best. Fresh talent. You're making someone to get into the organization who's new and who's going to be a competitive to your old employees. So this is also one of the good merit. good advantage of external source of recruitment. Competitive spirit. At once, when new employee is getting into the organization, definitely it gives a challenging spirit to all the employees. They go for competing with each and every one, and they get the actually management actually enjoys. Why in sense? Because when they start creating that competitive spirit among all the employees, definitely productivity will increase. And now to be discussed, demerits, dissatisfaction among existing staff, that it is obvious. When new employees coming into the organization, they really feel disgusting sometimes, and they feel that management is not trusting them. So that is also one of the demerit, and they will never cooperate for new rules, and uh, they will go for creating one or the other new issues. So that is obvious. And the next one, lengthy process. So external source of recruitment, you have lot of procedures. It's not so easy as how you think in case of internal source of recruitment. It's a lengthy process. And next one is a costly one. Obviously, when you go for maintaining lot of procedures here, you need to spend a lot of money. So all these things are coming under external source of recruitment. Hope so. You guys are clear with the concepts. So let me get connected with some other topic next time.